Start your week with a triple shot of good vibes. This is the Project Joy podcast. I'm your host, Jessica Dugas. Thanks for joining me. Good Monday morning, everybody, and welcome to another episode of Project Joy Live. I'm your host, Jessica Dugas, and I am super excited to be here with you for another episode today. And as you can tell, I just had this moment of PTSD from last week when, or week before, whatever it was, that I didn't have my microphone on. And I was thinking to myself, wait a minute, better check. So good thing it's right here and I can tell right away. Good morning, everybody. I would love for you to take a moment and comment down below and let me know where you're joining from in the world and what, of course, is bringing you joy today. It is a beautiful Monday morning, August 16th, 2021 here in Alabama. My joy is that it was cool enough to breathe outside yesterday. I don't know what is going on around the world, but it felt good to be able to just breathe outside. Typically, August is like the month of hell here in Alabama, and you can't breathe, and it's hot, and it's horrible. And the temperatures in August in Alabama are hotter and hottest, and that's pretty much it. And yesterday, it actually felt really good outside. We could breathe, and it was nice. And so I'll take that as a joyful win, 100%. Also, what else do we have going on? So my oldest son had company last week, and he's still here because it keeps storming and his flight keeps getting changed. So he's going to be here a few extra days. So that's joyful for my kids to have someone to hang out with other than me in the house. Isn't that nice? And what else do we have? My husband is home. Yay. He has been away on work for work 4 days out of the week, and he came home last night. It was an extra long week because he had training this week. So it was nice to have him home. And he will be home today, yay, before he has to go back a little bit longer than normal. So I want to say hello to everybody who is joining us. So please make sure, if you are on Facebook or YouTube, to use the comment section and share down below what is bringing you joy today, and of course, where you're joining from. And I also want to remind you that for the next segment, you can go to projectjoypodcast.com and click the join live button to share a moment of joy or gratitude live on air with me here on Project Joy. And I would love for you to do that because and listen, you don't have to be on camera, people that are like, I'm in my bathrobe. You can actually come on and turn off your camera, and I can bring you on anyway. And you can share with us what's bringing you joy, or share something that's bringing you gratitude today. I love to call out people to say thank you for being them. And I see someone in the back that's I'm grateful for right now as well. So I'm thankful for her, and I hope she can hear me. So I will I have to give her a shout out next segment as well. Also, I want to shout out to our partner over at E360 TV. Project Joy Live and The Breakthrough Show are not the only amazing shows on E360. There are tons, and there are channels but it's all goodness and amazing things over there. So be sure to get the E360 TV app on your phone, or you can find us on your Roku device, on your Amazon Fire TV, on Apple TV, Android, iOS, all the places where you can stream, you can find E360 TV. So make sure you check that out as well. We have some incredible stuff coming up with The Breakthrough Show this coming week, and I'm really excited to make those announcements at the end. In addition to the middle segment, if you hop on and are sharing a moment of joy with us today, we're also going to jump into Number 7 of the 8 factors of happiness from the Duke University study on happiness. We have gone through 7 already this week. Do you believe that? So then next week, we will finish up with our number 8 and then move into a different topic. But it's been really cool to go through these 8 factors of happiness, of how we can be more happy. And of course, that can bring us more joy in our lives as well. So stay tuned for that coming up in the next segment. I want to say, good morning to Brandon over at Delights Digital Cafe, our other sister network over there. He says, good morning. My moment of joy was waking up every day last week with pictures of Jessica's amazing cooking. So let me explain this, people. Brandon Croucher, aka Care Bear Brandon, keeps telling me he's coming to visit. Now, do you ever have these people in your lives, folks, who tell you they're coming to visit and then they just never come? Okay, so that's what I'm dealing with Brandon Croucher. So I said to myself, self, how can we annoy the daylights out of Care Bear Brandon? And so what I did instead, we had, go ahead and laugh. Go ahead and laugh because you're not here to defend yourself, sir. Okay, so I am the hostess with the mostest, okay? People that know me, that come to my house, know that we cook a lot of food. We cook a lot of food anyway with 8 of us, but when people come, we really, cook amazing food. And a lot of that is because there is this misconception that people that are plant-based or vegan, that we just eat lettuce. I like to blow that out of the water. So we put out this big spread of food all the time, every single meal. And I decided, because Brandon keeps telling me he's coming and doesn't come, that I'm going to not only make the food, I'm going to take them outside and make a photo shoot with like flowers and the beautiful food on beautiful platters and everything else. And I'm going to text them to him every single day and be like, look what you're missing. Haha. And now his mom's like, well, will your mom show up? We'll find out, because Brandon hasn't shown up yet. So I literally have like this spread of donuts and a beautifully picked flower from my yard. And, what else did I have out there that I made? Breakfast burrito and French toast with berries and all, the perfect square pound of butter on top. It was really fantastic. And it was getting to the point where even my 7-year-old was like, did you text Brandon yet? Did you show him the food? So it made me joy I could feel the drool coming through the screen. And it brought me joy as well, Brandon Croucher, to annoy the daylights out of you this last week. And, I love that in relationships. That's something that really brings me joy in relationships, to be able to have a banter with someone, and to have those moments where it's like, I want to kill you, but I love you at the same time. So that's how I feel about you, Brandon Croucher. Fun times this last week. So we're going to take a quick break, you guys, with more joy. Don't forget, you can join us over at projectjoypodcast.com and click the join live button to join us live on air today, to share what's bringing you joy. And we're also going to jump into the number 7 of the 8 factors of happiness from the Duke University study. And we'll be right back in just a moment. Stay tuned.
Hi, my name is Brandon. And over the past year, the Delight Cafe team and I have traveled across the U.S. researching this rapidly growing industry of CBD products. What we have found throughout the industry were products that were inconsistent in dosage and used ingredients that weren't even lab tested. Products with chalky textures, bitter aftertaste, and worst of all, confusion among the CBD consumers. That's why we created Delight Cafe. A 15 milligram, lab-tested, all-natural, water-soluble hemp CBD powder pack. It's odorless, colorless, and tasteless. Add it to your favorite drink of choice, wherever, whenever, on the go. Quickly find your calm, your balance, and your delight when you need it most.
Welcome back to Project Joy Live. I'm your host, Jessica Dugas, and please be sure to visit our friends at delightcafe.com. That is Brandon Croucher, but he has an amazing product of CBD that is, it's really, there's nothing else in the world like it, truly, you guys. So make sure you check it out. It is award winning and international, and make sure you check that out. So delightcafe.com. And so listen, Today is someone's birthday and she's gone, and I need her to come back. She just disappeared, and now we're going to wait and hope she comes back in just a moment. Today, you guys have seen Dory Huff. There she is. Okay. Dory Huff. She has been on the show before. She's come on. She is one of my TikTok besties. And I'm very excited because today, ladies and gentlemen, it is Dory's birthday. Please welcome back to the show, Dory Huff.
Hello. Yes, today is my birthday.
Today is your birthday. Yes.
I'm 51.
Yes. So how do you feel today?
I feel blessed is how I feel. I am blessed to have another year, you know my history. So to be able to have another birthday, is bringing me so much joy. I'm on a natural high today. I'm so excited and just happy to have another year.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Yeah. So what's your big plans for today?
I have none. I have none.
Sometimes isn't that nice?
I had a busy weekend. The kids came over, because I'm like you. I have 7 kids. And so we had kids in and out the whole weekend. They were over in the pool. They were outside fishing. So I had a busy weekend with them. So today it's all about me and what I want to do. And that is have no company and do nothing. It's yucky weather here today. We've got that tropical storm hitting our coast of Florida, and I'm not far from the West Coast. So we're getting remnants of that today. So it's just a yucky day. So I'm going to paint my toenails and fix my hair and pamper me.
Yes.
Thank you for the happy birthday.
Yes, Mr. Jackson's out there in the audience.
Thank you,
I
Mr. Jackson.
I don't know if Mrs. Jackson is up yet. Mrs. Jackson sleeps in, and I appreciate that about her. And so if she is, hello. If not, if it's just Mr. Jackson, we love you too, Mr. Jackson. So so sometimes that's nice. And to just, have, and as much as I love company as well. I was just talking about entertaining and putting out all this food. I love that. It's a lot, and you're kind of, after a while, you're kind of like, I need a nap.
Right. But they won't go, so you can't. It was like all weekend long. They was just nonstop. And I cooked both days. So it was busy. So today, it's my birthday, and I can I can say, I don't want to do anything today. I want to just do me and, enjoy it.
I feel like that when you say I don't feel like doing anything today, it reminds me of the Lazy song from Bruno Mars. And that would be like the best birthday song. Today, I don't feel like doing anything. That's awesome.
Yep,
that's awesome.
Me.
Yes. Well, that's great. And I'm glad that that's your joy today. And I'm sure glad you're here because my life has been better with you in it. And, getting to see, having you come on here. But, before here, there was just the TikTok and always coming in. Speaking of which, I need to give a shout out because he's not here, but I'm going to point him back to this if I get a hold of him. Have you seen Ken?
He's not. I think he's banned from lives.
Really?
Until August. It was sometime toward the end of August.
What did he do?
From driving, and I think it was driving. They're being very strict now. And he was driving and doing a live, and I think that's what got him.
My daughter was saying something about people getting banned for having fireworks.
I haven't heard that one.
It's so weird. Like, of all the ththings going on in the world,
there's a lot of banning going on over, I think, silly stuff right now.
Yeah.
You know, there's a lot of other things that they could be banning than what they're banning.
I know it. I know. It's so strange. Well, anyway, Ken, if you end up watching this, we miss you. And I had not, I was away from TikTok for a while from when I had COVID, and you know, it's a lot. It's a very fast-paced community, and it was a lot for me to keep up with it, let alone doing live. I wasn't even doing my live on here, let alone on there. So so I need to get back over there and get replugged in with everybody. But I miss a lot of the people that I used to see.
We miss you on TikTok. I miss your live. Oh, I miss your live so much.
I have to come back.
Get your butt back on TikTok.
I know. I need to do that. I will do that. I will make a new schedule this week. I keep saying I'm going to do it. I'm going to make a new schedule this week, and I'll be back over there to annoy the people. That's what I'm here for. Well, would you like to stay with me and discuss number 7 today, or are you going to go do birthday things?
No, I'm going to stay and hang out.
All right, cool. So guys, we have been doing, going over the 8 factors of happiness. It was a study from Duke University on happiness, and we've gone over 6 different things today. We're on number 7, or 6 different things previous to today. We're on number 7 today, and I'm going to pull up really quickly. Let's see here. I'm going to pull up nothing because I can't find oh, there it is. I'm in the wrong place, you guys. All right, here we go. So number 1 was lack of suspicion and resentment. They said, as Duke University said, that nursing a grudge was a major factor in unhappiness. Number 2 was not living in the past. They said that preoccupation with past mistakes and failures led to depression. Number 3 was not wasting time and energy fighting things you cannot change. They said to cooperate with life in order to increase your happiness. Number 4 was stay involved with the living world. They said to resist withdrawal and becoming reclusive during stress in order to increase your happiness. Number 5 was to refuse to indulge in self-pity. I love that one. They said, we have to watch saying things to ourselves that are limiting, like no one gets through life without some sorrow. Life hands me raw deals, things like that. Number 6 that we talked about last week was to cultivate old-fashioned virtues. And I really love that one because I think those are things that we can take for granted in a fast-paced world. Virtues like love, compassion, humor, loyalty. Those are things that when I think about it, bring me a lot of joy just to think about those things. And they remind me of my grandparents and those being, a big part of who they were and what were important to them as well. Number 7 today, I told you these last 2, we're going to kick our behinds. So we're ready to get our behinds kicked today. Number 7, don't expect too much from yourself. Raise your hand if you've never expected anything of yourself.
Hard one.
No one. It said the gap between expectation and ability equals a feeling of inadequacy. So how often do we expect ourselves to do things that maybe we can't do? They're outside of what we're able to do, or outside of our ability, and then we get upset. So for me, I have seen this huge after having COVID. So I think the biggest misconceptions out there right now is that once you test negative for COVID, it's over. And that's not necessarily the case. With a huge majority of people, there are people that have what's now referred to as long COVID, who continue having symptoms for long time afterwards. And there are people who just have some lingering things hanging on for a while. And we think, okay, well, I've tested negative. I can go run out and run down the stairs and get the mail now. The basic things that you think that you are going to be fine for you to do aren't necessarily what you can do. And so throughout this process, it has been for me finding a new normal. And instead of just, because we know that my brain is, there's squirrels that live in there, and I get an idea and I run and I'm like, wee, and that's it. But that's not reality anymore. And so now when I have an idea of something I need to do, instead of jumping up, there's things I have to do. I feel very fortunate that I'm working with a applied neurology practitioner who has been amazing. And I have things that I can do to not indulge in self-pity, to stay involved with the living world, all of those things. And it gets better day by day. But you have these expectations that, oh, life is going to just go back to how it was. And that's not necessarily it. And I think that if at the beginning, when I did expect that, I could absolutely see how that took some of my joy away, because I expected things that weren't necessarily possible in the moment. I do have a caveat to this. However, what do you think about this, Dory, about this expectation stuff?
Oh, well, you're talking to, this is my topic here. Don't expect too much from yourself. Oh, wow. Yeah, this is a good one for me, because I feel like I know I do. I push myself way too hard trying to be that same person that I was, prior to stroke. Right. And so this is the best. I still to this day fight this every single day. I fight this and trying not to make myself be I can't think the same way. The brain's not working the same as it was prior to the stroke. Right. And so it's really hard to not let this get you down. Right. And, so I really have to check myself. Right. I have to check myself every day. I have to check myself. And what I do, so I don't try to expect too much from myself, I'll make a list. Okay, today I'm going to have like 3 things that I'm going to get accomplished. Boom, boom, boom. And then at least when I'm finished that list, then I feel like, okay, I've done these few things, and I haven't expected too much from myself. But right. Yeah, this is a big struggle for me. So this is a great topic for me. This one, I'm really, I am into this, and I am zoned into this one, because this is so me.
Yes. Well, I mean, and I love the idea of making a list, because if you write down like the minimum of what you want to get done, if you get it done and can do more, great. Like that's, right. But at least you're getting done, the things that you need to, and it's there in front of you. I love lists.
It helps me stay focused. Helps me stay focused. Right. Because my brain will ponder throughout the day. Like you get squirrely, I get deer in the headlights. Yeah. Okay, what am I gonna do today? And I'll pace around the house. And so if I have this list, it at least gives me direction. And again, like I said, I'm not looking around thinking I've got to do this, 10,000 things, because it's not going to happen. I'm expecting too much from myself, because it's not going to happen. My brain, like I said, I get deer in the headlights. And so it's good for me having that list.
Yeah. I think there's
making it a big list. Don't make it a big list.
Right. 3 pages later,
right. I can see you doing that, Jessica.
You called me out on my own show, you guys. Okay. No, but it's true. 100%.
3 pages later.
No, I know. But like one of the things for me, I think part of this as well that I wanted to bring up, because I'm always trying to bring a different perspective to these points as well, is that there's a delicate balance though. I think sometimes going back to some of the other points that we've made throughout this. So there was one, number 3, that talked about not wasting time and energy fighting things you cannot change. I think sometimes we hold more power than we realize. And so the same thing with this, I think there's a difference between not expecting too much from ourselves, but also living in fear of going, if I do this, and creating these scenarios in our heads of, if I do this, XYZ is absolutely going to happen. So I'm not going to do it. So I'm not going to expect anything of myself, and kind of going down that rabbit hole a little bit. So my question is, how do you know what that too much is too much? What sort of cue? I mean, I know obviously when we're talking about health stuff, we need to listen to our bodies and, what it's saying and responding, but how do you know what's too much?
I don't. You give me the answer for that one. That would be great.
No,
I don't.
You don't. That's the thing. So you don't. And I think sometimes we need to, I think we're the expectation. Don't expect too much from ourselves. I don't think this is saying don't try.
Right.
I don't think that this is saying don't give it a try. I think it's saying don't beat yourself up if you can't after the fact, after trying. I don't in any way think that, especially from a university standpoint, that somebody would be saying don't try at all. Like, don't expect yourself to do anything. But I'm trying to get in this mindset myself of expecting myself to at least put in effort. That's what I expect of myself.
Right.
Now, if I put in effort and it doesn't go well, if I put in or lowering the expectation of the result of what's going to happen, I think has been a huge thing for me. Because I could imagine for you too, that there were maybe some therapies or things like that you had to do after the stroke. And if you would have said, well, I'm not going to expect myself to do the therapy because it might not turn out well.
Right.
Then
exactly. Yeah.
Yeah. So this is something I was thinking about on the other side of it and so I'm curious, for those of you guys that are watching or listening, use the comment section and let me know, how do you know what's too much? How do you know to not expect yourself to go too far? Judith, hi, Judith. Good morning. She said, good morning before I missed it. It said integrity, honesty, and ethics are so important. I love that, Judith. And then Judith says, be flexible and grateful for what you are able to do. I think tying into some of the other things we've talked about, the gratitude and not indulging, that part too, not indulging in self-pity, that was number 5. So if you try, I see, I'm getting to that comment. Just please hold.
That must be from Brandon.
Yes. If you do something, I think trying, going into something, if we lower the expectations of what we think the outcome needs to be is the real issue here. And being grateful for what you can do instead of upset when you can't, whatever it is afterwards. And Brandon's saying, when Jessica tells me, that's when I know it's too much. I can be good for that. I can be like, listen, if you're unsure, let me know and I'll let you know.
I'll give you a self check.
But that's actually a great point too, is that sometimes when we're in the midst of whatever it is, our own lives that we're trying to do, I don't care what anybody says. Okay. So doctors have doctors, lawyers have lawyers. Coaches have coaches. Everybody has practitioners that they need to work with, even if it's what they do for work, because when we are in our own situation and we are in our own body, there is a bias involved. We're in it. It can be difficult for us to take ourselves out of it to see into what's really going on at times. Yeah. So having someone like a Jessica or anyone like that can tell you, hey, or not tell you, but ask you questions. How are you feeling right now? Do you feel like this might be too much? What is your body trying to tell you? Having that outside perspective of somebody that can say, you might need to look a little harder at this, is, I think, a good thing. Do you have people like that in your life that can help you sort of,
yes.
Stay on track?
Gosh, thankfully, yeah, I have a great support system. My husband is the best. He's constantly lifting me and pushing me, and cheering me on. So I'm very blessed to have a great support system.
Yeah. I love that. I love that. My husband is the grounding force in this house as well.
Yeah.
Me and my kids are all over the place all the time, and he's very much like, "Are you guys okay? You're right over there. What's going on?" But in the same sense too, like he's so grounded that we're kind of like, come on, just have fun, go with the flow, be
Right.
a little bit more relaxed. And so I think that we have a nice balance in this house of grounding and just being completely loopy, which is
There's
it's
nothing
just
wrong
level.
with that. As long as you're happy, that's all that matters, right? Don't expect too much from yourself.
That's right. That's right. And I think that's part of, I think the not expecting too much from yourself gets easier as we know ourselves really well. The more that we work on ourselves, the more that we understand where we've come from, the more we're present in the moment right now. Because I think that expectation comes a lot from, not being present. Because if the expectations come from either things that we've witnessed in the past with ourselves or other people, and that's a huge thing when we're talking about the stuff with COVID, because every single person that's gotten COVID, every single person that's gotten the vaccine, every single person that's dealt with any of this pandemic in the last 2 years has dealt with it and has had a very different experience.
Right.
Very different experience. And so it is extremely difficult to look in on situations like that and go, well, I expect that it's going to be like this because so-and-so was like that. No, that's not how that works with this.
Right.
And so I think that that's been really difficult, and then the other part is living, when we're not living in the present, we can be living in the future as well, of having this idea that the future is supposed to look like XYZ. So I'm going to expect myself to be, no, we need to be more present
in the day. Yeah.
Right.
Present in the day. And
Yeah.
then that's why I try to live my life, is just day by day,
Yeah.
day by day. You never know if tomorrow's not promised. So, like I said, that was my biggest joy, is because woohoo, I got another birthday.
Yeah.
I haven't, I'm working on another year.
Right.
So,
It's good.
It
It's
is
good. Judith says, if I start getting too frustrated or tired, I know I need to take a break or reframe what I'm doing. Yeah. Really paying attention to yourself, I think, is the key here. And then releasing the expectation part of releasing the outcome of, and not getting frustrated because you're frustrated and all of that. And because it doesn't serve anybody in order to do that. So good job on this one. I definitely feel like this is something that could absolutely affect our happiness, because I love how they said specifically the gap between expectation and ability is the feeling of inadequacy. And when we feel inadequate, we feel like we're not doing a good job. It can really tie in with some of those very raw feelings that we felt as children of trying to be what everybody wants us to be. And when we can't do that, we feel inadequate. And when we feel inadequate, it makes us unhappy. And when we're unhappy, we're not experiencing as much joy. Mr. Jackson agrees with Miss Finneran. So thank you very much for that. So we have one more point to go in this Duke University study, 8 factors of happiness. And next one is the last one I think is going to be a really good, yummy, but deep conversation. And are you ready for next week?
I'm ready. I'm ready for this one.
We're going to finish this up.
I'm ready for this one. Throw it at me.
Well, you have to come back next week.
You know it. I will be here. You know it.
You have to come back next week. It's going to be so good to finish up this topic, and we'll run through all of the different ones again, of course. And also, then we've got some other topics too. We'll take a poll next week and see where we're going to go after the study, because I've got a few other points that I think that will be good topics for the show. So we'll take a poll next week and see which direction you guys were going to want to go. But Dory, happy birthday.
Thank you. Thank you so much. And thank you for all the happy birthdays that I seen. I appreciate it.
Yes, absolutely. Well, it was a pleasure having you here. I love the fact that I got to spend a few minutes of your birthday with you. And I hope you have fun painting your toes and doing all the things.
I'm going to. Thank you.
All right, you guys, we're going to take a quick break and come back and finish up Project Joy Live. Make sure you visit a musical eveningof giving.com for our next information. We'll be right back. Thanks, Dory. Welcome back to Project Joy Live. I'm your host, Jessica Dugas, and I'm super excited to have you here today for season 2, episode 29 of Project Joy. I hope that you have been getting a lot out of this study that we've been going through. I think it's always fun to read the results of a study, but to go through it together, to go down the rabbit hole a little bit and explore, I think is a wonderful thing. And I think the more that we work on ourselves, the more we really focus on our self-improvement. To me, that brings me so much joy and happiness to know that I'm doing something proactive to make my life better. And I know that a lot of you that are here in the audience and that come on the show are the same. And that's why we're here doing this life thing together. So it's amazing. I want to remind you that you guys met the Jacksons. You saw Mr. Jackson down in the comments during the show today. There he is right there, Mr. Donnell Jackson. Him and his beautiful wife are going to be the hosts of a brand new show on the Breakthrough Show Network starting in September called Divine DNA. So make sure you check that out. It's going to be on every other Wednesday evening. So be sure to stay in tune to our social media on Facebook and Instagram in order to keep in the know about Divine DNA. So make sure that you check that out coming up in September. We have a busy week this week. Another reminder I want to tell you about is we are officially partners with Delight's Digital Cafe, aka Care Bear Brandon's little network over there. And so I want to remind you that their show Java Delight is live every single weekday, Monday through Friday, from 9 to 11 Central Time. They cut it up a little bit. They talk a little bit of hot topics. They talk about how long a giraffe's tongue is. And they also interviewed some incredible people. So make sure you check that out. Coming up this week on the Breakthrough Show Network, Thursday is going to be a busy day, my friends, because we have Ask Crystal coming up that day at 11 a.m. Central Time. It is a new time, you guys. It is an hour later. So that way you can watch Java Delight from 9 to 11 and then Ask Crystal at 11 a.m. Central Time. So be sure you check that out. Also on Thursday, guess what's coming back? We are so excited. Throwback Thursday with me and my bestie, Kevin Kiley, is happening at 6 p.m. Central Time. Also a new time, so make sure you guys check that out. In addition, you saw the ad right before before, make sure that you guys plug into a musical evening of giving.com. Your tickets are on sale, early bird price until the end of August. All proceeds, every penny of the tickets, you guys, is going to benefit Overcoming Odds and the Weiss Scholarship Foundation. So be sure to check that out. It's going to be a great night of coming together, of music, and of giving back, which what's better than that? I don't know. Coming up on the Breakthrough Show on Friday at 12 p.m. Central Time, we have Tasha Hunter, who has an amazing book. She's an author. She's a psychologist. She's amazing. You guys don't want to miss her. And then my own, I've been mentioning working with a neuro practitioner. I was actually working with neurology before I ever had COVID. And Elizabeth Kristoff is my personal neuro practitioner and was my first one. And she's amazing. And she's actually going to take us through some of those drills live on air on Friday's show. So make sure you check that out. Also, I want to see Mr. Jackson is excited about his show, and we are excited as well. Brett Weiss is here. Speaking of the Weiss Scholarship Foundation, guys, Brett Weiss is amazing, and what he's doing in Kenya, Africa, is just incredible. Putting children in school, and he doesn't just do that. There's a lot that I've seen where they include the families, and just it's a beautiful organization, and I'm so excited that our event is going to help benefit the Weiss Scholarship Foundation and the beautiful children of Kenya. So make sure you check that out as well. I can't wait to see the Jacksons too. It's going to be so much fun. It has been another incredible episode today, you guys. I want to thank you all for watching or listening wherever you are in the world. And I want to remind you two things. Number one, you can join our text community by texting the word breakthrough to 256-685-7092. That's 256-685-7092. 092. Text the word breakthrough so you can be texted when our shows are live. And then you can also join our brand new Discord server to chat with other fans and meet past guests and hosts from the Breakthrough Show Network. Easiest way is to go to bit.ly/breakthrough discord, bit.ly/breakthrough Discord, and join us there. We cut up a little bit. We have a good time and it's a lot of fun. So be sure to check that out. I hope you guys have an amazing rest of your day. We're going to have so much fun this week. It's a busy week, but it's going to be great. And I want to remind you to make every day a great day for a breakthrough, to bring more joy into your life, and take to heart some of these 8 factors of happiness, and you'll have more joy. 100% guaranteed. No money back necessary. Absolutely. I hope you guys have a great day. I will see you soon for another episode of Project Joy Live. Bye, everybody. You've been listening to the Project Joy podcast with your host, Jessica Dugas. We'll see you again next Monday and every Monday for another episode to start your week off right.